You're a very fine person, Mr. Baggins, and I'm very fond of you. But you are only quite a little fellow in a wide world after all. Thank goodness, said Bilbo, laughing, and handed him the tobacco jar. Stupid ending. I can't believe they turned those awesome films into a book. Hey, all right.
All right. Yeah, good. I'm back for another week.
Hello.
Hello.
Salut.
Eh?
Sincere.
No. First half bit, now this. Some things just don't need a trilogy.
Well,
Just don't need it.
Sometimes the third one makes it all worthwhile.
No.
Good. Welcome to Strategy Battle Games on our GBHL YouTube video. Here we host you, Mr. Damian.
GBHL Tom.
And we are here with episode 62 of The Palantir. Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
You back?
We are back once again. I think we need to open with some sad news potentially.
Yep.
For ye fans of Palantir.
Yeah, we finished watching Space. It's really sad.
I've just introduced Tom to Space over the last few weeks. Very, very sad. Just in the end season. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, it was good.
Very good series. Go and check it out if you haven't. It's probably on Netbox or whatever it is the kids
VHS,
watch these
you
days.
could probably buy it on the VHS.
Get it on a VHS, pop that straight into your Skybox and you'll be off. Sad news is, what would it be, Easter? I think you're away as well, but I'm actually going on a little hollybobs, and so there will be no Palantir next week. We are very sorry. But there's also, given the topic, you can see what the topic is down there. We've been talking about the films. There's a natural break, I think. So we're going to talk about Return of the King today.
Yeah, and then we're going to wait 10 years.
Wait 10 years, then come back with a Palantir, and everyone will be like, no, it won't be as good. The next one shouldn't be a trilogy. But yeah, so there will be no Palantir next week. But as far as we know, we hope to be back in 2 weeks with Palantir. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe we'll just be full of chocolate. But I suppose then this is our one we say Happy Easter to everyone. So enjoy your break and your long bank holidays.
Yes.
And stuff yourself full of chocolate and so on and so forth.
And tea.
Tea?
Segway.
Oh, there it is.
Last week it was...
Last week it was Josh Triffitt.
It was Josh Triffitt. And
Lovely
he
man.
has passed it on to...
Sam Page.
The legend.
The legend. The guy. The snowman.
Yeah.
Who... I say the legend. He's traditionally been a strong supporter of us. And a fan.
Yes. What's he done now?
Well, there was a thing that a post went up from Ryan about his Legolas and Orcus, and someone said, "What's this about?" And Sam said, "Probably something to do with the Palantir." Now that to me sounds like the ravings of someone who doesn't watch the Palantir. Just saying. Prove us wrong, Sam. But what's been going on with that? But yeah, obviously Sam's a very good friend of the show, top bloke, and he's probably had some tea before, I think.
Yes, and he also writes rules for you at tournaments because you always win his events, so he obviously writes the rules for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Damien, what points value would you like? Yes, okay, I'll do that.
That's exactly how.
If your name's O'Byrne, you get a free 10 victory points.
Yeah. Ed was obviously in on it at the last of it.
Yeah. I've been on that once.
Yeah, you've helped. Yes, indeed. For Return to Riverstead, which will be coming up.
Yes, which is a segue to the news.
Hang on, I don't like when you're off-piste with segues. Have we done the tea toast?
Yeah, Josh Triffitt, Sam Page.
Josh Triffitt, Sam Page. Enjoy.
Enjoy. And Josh Triffitt may have posted the video by now.
Yeah, he hasn't at the time of recording.
No.
We're on Monday for the third week in a row.
I know.
Ooh. I hope that like a whole bunch of nerds are kind of around the world just went ooh on their own. And maybe it's that whole, if everyone in the world jumps up, nothing will happen.
Yeah.
But if all the nerds in the world went ooh,
maybe there'll be a hurricane.
Maybe we'll hear it. I'm going to wait. What do you reckon? Friday? What's prime time viewing? At 8 PM. Just listen. Ooh.
Yes. News. Tournaments. We have Throne of Schools, 2nd, 3rd of April, sold out.
That's the next one, right?
That's the next one.
In just 2
weeks for you.
No, 1 week for them, isn't it? So they're watching on Friday. Isn't it 2 weeks for us now? That's why I really can't get Gandalf's White painted.
Yes, 2nd and 3rd of April. Yeah. What's the date now?
I don't know, 14th or something.
Classic. Live.
Great content. 21st.
Yes, 2 weeks.
So it's under 2 weeks to find out. That's so exciting!
Ha.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? I
Yeah.
was going to be painting Gandalf to white. I don't see how I can possibly do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, surprised?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Problem?
No.
Got plans that weekend?
Yeah.
Have you?
They're throwing the schools.
Ah, yeah. Other plans. I need to phone Lily.
Yes. Right, anyway. Throwing the schools, 2nd of April. Then we have the magnificent Desolation of Stockport on the 23rd, 24th of
We're going to
April.
need to get there.
Why do we need to get there?
I'm going to need to get there. As I think we talked about some length last time because we will be launching. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we show them it?
Yeah.
Can we? They've seen a copy. Can we? Can we?
Can
Can we? Oh, so sad for you. I know. It is issue 3 of SBG.
Yeah, the back cover.
This is it. This is it. This is the real thing. This is the back cover of our proof that you can tell it's not issue 2 because the advert is for JT's Awkward Battles White Rose Fest. It is updated. This is it. We could turn this around right now.
But this is actually an old version of the advert.
It is indeed. Yes, we will be launching it there. And that what's been incredibly exciting for us of late
Yes.
is that we got that. We had the printer's test copy come through, which is awesome because you actually get to hold the magazine
Yes.
in your hands, and we were very pleased.
excited.
And we've spent the last 2 days working on it.
Yes. A lot of time working on it.
You may have followed our kind of blog on the
Thing.
blog thing, live blog thing, which for the last, we're currently recording this at the end of Monday, and all Sunday and all Monday we've been working on this thing. And I think it's somewhere in the region of, we did 14 hours yesterday and was it
Yeah.
about 11 today?
Something like that.
Till about
We've had a jolly
9,
good
10
time
hours.
messing around.
22 hours, 23 hours, something like that, in the last 2 days on the magazine.
Yeah.
And I reckon
Mm-hmm.
it's finished, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
the design is
it's done.
finished.
It's just reading it now.
Yeah.
I mean, we've read it, obviously. But it's the, I don't know, what we'd call a final bit of reading where it's, when we're suggesting edits, it's going to be the odd one word in an article.
Yeah.
As opposed to 20 edits in an article.
We could, the thing that's on the computer now, we could print and we could sell
Mm-hmm.
or ask for donations. And like I think people will enjoy it. But yeah,
Yes.
we're now going to spend the next 2 weeks reading it and reading it and reading it and reading it and looking for every single possible typo and such.
Or little bit.
But it's so
just not
close,
quite
and we-
snapped to the right
Do you like
bit.
it?
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's better than 2.
I think so. But yeah, it's incredibly exciting. So
It's really good. There's some step up improvements in visuals on some pages.
yeah, we've got
some-
some nice
New
glamoury
things.
shots.
Yeah,
haven't we?
new things.
So yes, we're very pleased and we're remarkably on track with it. So
Yes.
it will. I think we can now say it will be released, like for certain.
Yeah.
Let's just stop.
Unless the printer doesn't come back from holiday.
Yes, we've to this weekend was the big one that we had to
Yeah.
do, and we've done a good job on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, whenever that is, presumably 4 weeks for us. now.
Yeah.
3 weeks for them. Is that right?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah. See you there. Get your ticket for Desolation Stop.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
Indeed. And then the segue ages ago was to return to Rivenstead, which is the 7th to 8th of March.
Yes, and I believe
Yes.
tickets for that are going to be on sale at Throne of Skulls.
And will be sold out in a nanosecond.
A nanosecond. Are you going to that?
Probably.
Yeah.
Assuming I get a ticket.
Yeah, I'm very much hoping to go to that. I do love Soundpage events. And the Dorset Arms, and the 2-day one was brilliant.
Yes.
last
And he
year.
just had one this weekend.
He did.
That's why we're talking about his new one. It was in Epping, so well done to Sam and also Josh. Classic T-Touch relationship. And 3, Sean Weimer, who had all of
He
the
had the
boards
tables,
and stuff.
absolutely.
Yes.
And congrats to Jay Charrier
Yeah,
for winning
J22.
his debut singles tournament.
yeah. He's actually won a proper tournament, not our one.
Yeah, indeed. It seems he took some level of filth to an 80-point event, Jay. Oh, well. But as I said to him, the list won't win you the tournament. You've got to know what you're doing with it.
Yeah.
So, but the list does help.
Yes.
Was that right? It's like guns don't kill people. People do. Gun helps. So that's from Mr. Eddie Izzard, I believe, from back in the day. Again, it just wouldn't work. You ran around and go bang, bang, rat that boom.
No, it
It
wasn't.
wouldn't be the same.
No.
Don't shoot people.
Yes.
So yeah,
I
well
don't
done
think
to
Jay's
Jay.
going to shoot anyone.
I was talking to everyone.
Alright, okay.
Well done to Jay. Great to have a different tournament winner.
Yes, indeed. More news.
More news.
News from Andreas the Norwegian Viking.
Oh.
Go check out their channel, which Damian may or may not put in the links below.
Almost certainly not, if I'm honest.
Okay, we'll go to the GBHL's main page, and then if you go to liked pages, their guy's channel, which is, I can't say the name, Spiel, what's it? The S Word Fellowship. Their channel name. Something Norwegian Fellowship. There you go. But anyway, they are doing an amazing campaign, which sounds very ambitious. It is playing every single scenario ever written.
What, for any game ever?
For Lord of the Rings and Hobbit, which is 230 plus scenarios. So that's all book ones.
230?
All book ones, all magazine ones ever.
Wow.
Probably online ones as well. Just anything that Games Workshop's created, they will play through.
How are they planning on doing that?
Across multiple people.
Okay, but what, in order or?
It'll take them. How long did they say? They said it would take them next couple of years.
Next couple of years?
Yeah.
So they're playing them, are they playing them like one a week or?
Something like that. No, 230. Yeah, that. How many weeks you got? 2 a week at that rate for 2 years.
2 a week.
2 a week for 2 years.
That is really dedicated.
Yeah. But anyway, go check out
Good
that
luck
channel.
with it.
That sounds like an amazing campaign. More news. David Whittaker, have you noticed Games Workshop now have an official Facebook page for Warhammer 40k, Warhammer Age of Sigmar and Forge World? Not only that, but they're engaging with people again.
Yeah, it's good. I haven't been on them a lot, but I knew that they had relaunched them. But yeah,
there's nothing to update us on yet, so I don't think there's any point in
I imagine
Hobbit one.
I imagine the Hobbit will now come under the Forge World one. I noticed the Warhammer Fest advert says Warhammer 40,000 Forge World, and seeing as they're being made from that, I guess maybe that makes more sense to me as well from a strategy point of view, rather than putting the Lord of the Rings thing on it. I don't know. So yeah, maybe once the stuff starts coming out, it'll be on there.
Cool. Warlord, what will you be asking Adam Troke at the Throne of Skulls Middle-earth presentations, other than what is the future of the game? That is if there is a Q&A session.
Oh, that's a good question.
Dane, Pig, yeah?
I like he said, is there a question? Yeah?
Yeah?
That's a good question. What would you ask?
Wanna buy Pig?
What does that mean? That's a great joke. What would you ask? Oh.
How much
Do you only
money
need one
am I
question?
going to need to save? I think I'd ask about what, if you're doing troops, will we ever see plastic troop boxes again? Do you think?
Are you asking me now?
No, I'm asking Adam.
Oh, right, okay.
But obviously.
I don't know. I don't know what they're.
Will we see a big one rule book? Big one rule book.
You're asking me?
No, I'm asking
No,
Adam.
okay. That's what that would be your question.
Yeah. Is Damian attractive? Asking you.
You're asking me?
Yeah.
No.
No.
No. Yeah. Apart from I think the Damian one would be a waste of a question.
Yeah. Okay.
If I'm honest. Waste of a wish.
Can we give Sting a special rule that gives it extra attacks against radiators? Yes?
Strong. I don't know. I'd like to know something about the behind the scenes of it. I'd like to be interested about like how the stuff that's always interested me. I chatted to him about this like 3 years ago about stuff, but the kind of, you know, do you just say, all right, I want to make Iron Hills dwarfs, and then it happens, and then you write the rules, and then the guys go, right, well, we'll put 3 in a pack, and who that stuff really interests me. Because I mean,
the ordering of it.
Yeah, all that kind of the way that.
Do you write the lyrics first or write the music?
Yeah, music. But that sort of stuff interesting. But yeah, I mean, because everyone would ask, you know, what's coming out. That's the obvious one you want to know, isn't it? Stuff. Yeah. What's coming out.
Yeah, I mean, don't waste your time just being like asking fluff things like you are, and then don't ask him anything.
Yeah. I don't know.
But there is nice room for your questions.
Maybe that's a good question for the comments for 2 weeks' time.
What would you ask
Because
Adam
we should be hopefully, we should be doing one just before Throne of Skulls, right?
Yes.
That's timing wise?
Potentially.
No, that's the one we miss. I'm so confused. Yeah, because this comes out on Friday, so the one we miss is the one before Throne of Skulls.
Yeah. So we'll just have to read the comments.
We'll be recording just after Throne of Skulls. Yeah, so put your comments in the question below, like what questions...
So maybe we wouldn't do The Hobbit next time, it would be a Throne of Skulls retrospective, and
almost,
Hobbit will kick back in.
That's a very good point.
Always have good points.
Maybe like a tournament review, and then a week talking about the stuff. That could be quite exciting. I don't know, I'd like to know how the process works.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'd like to know. How if they go to work on the day, like Adam goes to work. I don't know if the other guys, public knowledge, I honestly don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Go to work and they sit in the morning and go, right, what are we going to do? Okay, so I'd say, due to go and work on the rules for, I don't know, like the Berserker Orcs.
Yeah.
Great, I've written these. Can they then just go and play a game? Like what, that's what I'd like to know.
Should we play a game?
Yeah.
Should we test these?
That's what I mean, like, how much of that now is theoretical?
It didn't work.
Let's play it again.
Should we do it again?
Because they must have a kind of... I always wondered that back. It seemed back in the 90s they used to play all the time. That's what they're doing. But they've obviously got deadlines.
Yeah.
But how much of that is kind of, sort of like what we do with the magazine. We'll write on that tonight. Let's just play a game.
Yeah.
Or is there? Do they have a kind of line manager who's going to write? You can have one game today, guys, and then you need to do work.
I think they have games at lunchtime, don't they? I thought that was the thing.
What, you think the actual office hours are going to be all typing and stuff?
I think so. For them, unless...
But part of it must be
playtesting. I guess you could book some playtesting time.
Well, part of the job is writing rules, so surely part of the job is...
Maybe.
That, I'd like to know.
Good question. Thank you, Warlord, for the question.
That's also my trivia question for this week.
Trivia, segue.
Smashed it.
Your trivia question was...
how old was Aragorn when he died?
And how old was he, Damian?
He was 210.
He was indeed. Someone suggested 88. Bad mistake, Arwen.
I see. It's good. It's good. Yeah. Yeah. It's true though, isn't it? It's all very romantic until he dies.
Yeah.
Then you go, no, that was probably a mistake.
Yeah.
200 years, not worth it.
No.
Well, not even that. 150 years.
Yeah. Anyway, so correct answers were given by J22, Hector Blogs, Dave Egan, Star Fox, Cormac Murray, and Andreas the Norwegian Viking. Well done to all of you. You have got yourself the chance to buy yourself a Frodo.
Well done, guys.
Something like that.
How many? 3?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 correct answers.
Sorry, if I'm honest, I tuned out because I was thinking about my trivia question. Sorry.
You're only, half of the way there.
Yeah.
Very good. My question...
I think I genuinely tuned out halfway through when you started listening to Dave. That's why I had 3 in my head. You said 3 of them. I was thinking of Dave.
Yeah, thinking of Dave. My question was slightly off topic. It was, what does Numa Numa Ye mean? I said in Moldovan, but apparently I think Moldova use Romanian.
In the context, of course, of Vrei să pleci, dar Numa Numa Ye. Numa Numa Ye. Numa Numa Ye.
And it's something like, don't want to take me, but I've accepted answers that are very close to that. And the correct answers were given by David Whittaker. Well done to you. Apparently listened to it in France before it was big in the UK.
That is a strange kind of thing to boast about. So just so you know, guys, I heard Dragostad in Tay before you did. So, I'd do it as well.
Drinks on me.
Yeah, drinks on me. I remember way back when Ozone were just a no-hit wonder, before they were a one-hit wonder. But.
And with double Freddo this week, it's Cormac Murray and Hector Blogs.
Outstanding.
Well done to you.
Guys. If no one has the slightest clue what he's talking about, it's the seminal 2004 Ozone hit Dragostad in Tay.
Yeah. Our second.
I thought it was.
Moldovan
We couldn't find it. We went looking. We weren't looking for the video, the original video that had the lyrics on it. That's what we were going to go for, and we couldn't find it on YouTube. We found the video loads of times, but not. But I remember it being "You can't take me." That's how I remember it from back then. You can't, because it was.
Yeah,
you want to leave,
take me,
but you can't say no. No, you can't take me. You can't take me. You can't take me. The image of your face and the love of the linden tree reminds me of your eyes.
Yeah.
That's what I remember the literal translation being.
Well, there you go. Anyway,
Beautiful,
that was
beautiful.
trivia from last week. Trivia for
Indeed.
this week. Do you want me to go first?
If you like.
My question is, who is Harry Goatleaf?
Who?
Harry Goatleaf.
Goat leaf.
Yeah, Goatleaf.
Leaf of a goat.
Leaf goat.
Harry Goatleaf.
Yes.
Does he like play for Watford or something? Do we get a clue?
He is associated with the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit in some shape or form.
Real or character? Are we allowed to know?
Mm.
Not allowed to know?
I think just leave it like that.
Okay. That's pretty deep.
There you go. That's my question.
Mm.
What's your question, Mr. O.B.?
My question, Mr. H, is seeing as we have now finished work on issue 3,
Yes.
in strictest sense, at the time of recording,
Yes.
because it will change ever so slightly, I'm sure, over the next 2 weeks, how many words are in issue 3 of SPG?
Oh.
That's my question. What is the total word count of issue 3? It'll be there a while. SBG, Painting Masterclass, Battle Report,
Sculpting tips.
Sculpting Tips, issue 3.
Middle
Fantasy.
For
We'll probably get through the cover. Yeah, so, and inside, and that's it, so everything that's on the cover, because inside it's just 48 pages of Tom. It's pictures of Tom, same picture. It's going to be a great issue. And so, yeah, what's the total word count? And we've got a number right now, we know what the number is at the time of recording, and we're going to go with that one. So this will almost certainly be a closest to... we need a prize winner to get in touch.
Yes.
We have heard from Michael Boyan.
Yeah, but we need Kimbozai to get in touch.
Kimbozai, you won the competition last week. You need to email us at sbgmagazine@gmail.com so that we can get your address and get your prize sent out to you.
Yes, indeed. We also have a trivia question for us this week.
What?
From Chris Dan. He's asked, I've got a trivia question for you guys. I'll be surprised if it hasn't been spotted before, but Damian has an athlete look-alike in Andy Murray.
Yeah, it has.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard this.
Do you want to do the Andy Murray raw? Yeah, that's not bad.
Also, Scottish lookalike showing my non-bigotry.
Yeah, okay. So my question is, who is Tom's sporting look-alike? Answer revealed next week.
Fatima Whitbread. Who's your sporting lookalike? Do you think he knows one then? Does he?
Yeah, he said he'll be surprised if it hasn't been spotted before.
Do you know? Have you been told?
No, I have no idea. Do you want to go?
Linford Christie? I don't know. What's that Japanese ping pong player? Bit like him. I don't know. The guy who won the darts? Got the physique. I don't. Who do you think it could be? Do you have...
No idea.
He didn't give you a sport?
Got the same initials as Tim Henman.
That's probably that then. That's Tom's interesting fact of the week. I have the same initials as Tim Henman.
Who have you got the same initials as?
Damon O'Byrne.
Yeah, and?
David O'Brien.
Yes.
Daniel O'Donnell. Smashed it.
Yes, but I want a D.O.B.
Daniel O'Bonnell. Dara O'Brien.
Duchess of Birmingham. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And Irish as well, so that's
go.
another non-bigotry.
And I've had Andy Murray a lot. Traditionally it's been Andy Murray, David Tennant or Marcus Brigstock.
Yeah.
Or any of the three of them.
Yeah.
Marcus Brigstock if I'm wearing my glasses normally.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Someone came up to me, this is many years ago, I don't know if it's the first person said it, and went, "You look like a fat Andy Murray."
Yeah, we've had this.
Yeah.
This was a thing. This was a thing.
I was like, why not? I know Andy Murray's in better shape than me. I will always assume I'm fatter than Andy Murray. But why say fat? You don't need to. I get that I'll be fatter than him. It's like, you look like an ugly Tim Henman or something. Like, well, Why do you have to do that?
I forgot you're fat Andy Murray.
Yeah, the guy,
You are fat Andy Murray.
one of the guys I worked with, Lee, got told he looked like the ugly bloke off El Dorado once, which was hilarious. They didn't even know his name. The ugly bloke off El Dorado.
Anyway, trivia section.
Trivia section.
Did you ask your question? Yes, you did. Trivia section. Boom. What did we talk about last week, Mr.
I
O'Brien?
can only assume it would be the Two Towers,
It was
Mr.
the
Harrison.
Two Towers. We've had a lot of comments again.
Great film.
Going to whiz through some of those.
Mm-hmm.
David Reid. Two Towers was the first that I watched, and well, that's because it was the second one. Really enjoyed it in the cinema since I went into it knowing that it was part of a trilogy this time.
Because he thought Fellowship was a film of its own.
My favourite part is probably Helm's Deep.
Strong part.
Do like Leggy on the Shield.
Good.
It's much cooler than Battle of Five Armies Leggy.
Did you see this week the conversion of Leggy jumping
Yes.
on the horse? I
Yeah,
can't
Michael
remember.
Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender. Was it? Fassbender?
What's his
Really?
name?
Was it him?
What's his name?
I think it was Michael
What's
Fassbender who
his
did that. I mean, that's incredible. I was surprised no one spotted him joining the group. Hi, it's Mike. It's Hollywood A-list star Michael Fassbender here. Here's my Leggy
What's his
conversion.
name?
I don't know who it was. I don't know who plays it.
The German chap.
Marcel.
Yeah, Marcel, that's it. For some reason, in my head, I call him Michael Fassbender.
Yes, you do. I think Michael Fassbender gets that a lot.
Yeah.
People go, "Are you Marcel from the GBHL?"
It was very good. Cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a really cool idea. I don't know what the hell profile it is. Is it Leggy on horse?
Yeah.
But it's like a horse
Leggy
with
on
Leggy
horse.
kind of floating horizontal, jumping onto him. It's really
It's good. He says his favourite profile, Basic Urukai, and Grima as well.
Oh, Green was a cool show. As horrible and filthy as he is in the game, it's a really cool rule. It's very fluffy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
J22 thought the Two Towers were the weakest of the trilogy.
Well, I mean,
Some parts were just too slow, which took away the frantic speed of, say, Helm's Deep. Still a solid 5 out of 7 though.
I frown, but then seeing as I think it's one of the two weakest of the trilogy, I don't suppose it's that much of a leap.
No. Darth Engel, clearly the best scene is the three hunters arriving in Rohan, meeting Aemir.
Clearly.
In particular, the bit where Aemir loses his sword.
And he drops it.
Yeah, just slowly. My favourite model is the mounted Theoden from Warg Attack.
That's a great model.
Armoured Theoden.
That's a great model.
It's cool. It would be amazing to have a sculpt on foot without the armour.
Yes.
David McSherritt agrees and says that his favourite scene is Warg Attack.
Who? Someone converted him? Was it Steve Crow?
Yes,
Converted
probably.
Theoden on
Yeah, I
foot?
think so.
Sorry if it's not. Someone a few years ago did that Theoden pose on foot.
He said he likes Gimli being great comic relief throughout the movie. And also he thinks that Helm's Deep Aragorn is the best model if you can't count Gimli on Dead Orc.
What, the two-handed one?
Yeah, the in armour.
First, only Aragorn. I've painted him on a horse. The only Aragorn on foot I've ever painted.
There you go.
That one. Yeah.
No, it's not. You've got that one, haven't you?
What's that?
The one where he's got his hands out. You've not got that one?
Two hands up.
The very original.
The Am and Hen one. The first Am and Hen one.
No, that. Maybe.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I get it now.
Yeah.
'Cause I haven't painted it.
Okay. I thought you had.
Well, no, I only want to paint is the Helm's Deep.
Okay.
The thing is, you look so like not interested in it. You know, he's more dramatic than that.
Yeah,
You're just
okay.
going, oh come on.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, Chris Murfitt. He also really likes the Warg Attack box set, but he liked the El Ataque de los Juegos. So I don't know whether he got it in Spanish, but he liked it.
That's what he bought.
Yeah, maybe. Well, it used to have all the names on, didn't it? Didn't it? It used to have it in all
Different
languages.
languages.
Yeah. But he apparently was. He got his Two Towers paid for because he was working in GW, and they paid for all the staff members to go see the film,
But that's cool.
which is very cool.
Good for GW. I like that.
Yeah. There you go. Duncan MC. I think the argument for killing the Berserker is that Aragorn should have ordered more elves to shoot it and filled it with hundreds of arrows.
He's just Aragorn's just full of mistakes at that battle.
Yes. Yes. Problem solved. Also think that Gollum's song is fantastic, really sells the bipolar nature of him to the point where you almost feel sorry for him. Michael Boyan agrees. I have to strongly disagree with the Gollum song being the worst. It's actually my favourite. He doesn't like Ed Sheeran. He really likes Emiliana Torini, who is singing Gollum song.
Well, that was a dessert.
Okay, yeah. And Andreas, the Norwegian Viking, said, Tom, you're mental. Gollum song is epic. It's different, I'll give you that, but when a 6'4" tall and 260-pound Norwegian Viking is crying his eyes out for the first time that song was playing, it can't be bad.
You are mental. Got your number.
Neil Finn from The Hobbit was the weakest in my opinion. So yes, there we go.
Cool.
And Johnny Ratchford. Hi, this is Ryan Ratchford's little brother.
What? A new Ratchford?
I know you're Ratchford.
Hi, Johnny.
My favourite part of The Two Towers is Gollum. Short but sweet.
What, Gollum is?
Yes.
Or his comment?
Both.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Gollum.
I wonder if Ryan brought him in as a research assistant to do all his admin. Yeah, Gollum's incredible, yeah. So.
Gollum is good. Dave Egan. The 2000s is my personal favourite.
Mm-hmm.
I love all the stuff involving Isengard of Rohan, the Uruk-hai and Riders of Rohan. Helm's Deep is my favourite part of the film. My favourite Two Towers character is even Theoden or Faramir. Profile wise, it's tougher. I'm going to say Berserkers. Interesting choice.
Mm-hmm.
Ross Diggle, this is talking about the title, which towers. He says Tolkien didn't allude to what towers they were because he didn't want the title in the first place. Publishers made him do it.
Yeah, I thought he was alright with the Two Towers.
I thought it was the Return of the King.
It was Return of the King, he didn't like. I mean, it could.
But maybe he didn't like Two Towers either.
I remember reading that he liked the Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah.
He was ambivalent about the Two Towers,
And
he didn't like
want,
Return of the
he thought it
King
was spoilerific.
because it was spoilerific, which it is, and he wanted the War of the Ring, which would have been better.
Yeah, which would have been better.
Yeah. I completely agree with Dead Tolkien.
Yeah.
But yeah, it could be that he didn't really like Two Towers. But yeah, it was only he didn't. You know, it was meant to be one book. So.
And David Whittaker, Two Towers, what film? Again, went just me and my dad. The game was blown away. Gollum was incredible, and he's become possibly the most iconic character of the trilogy. I hadn't read the books at that point, but he said that Faramir was an instant favourite, and Osgiliath remains his favourite part of the film.
Osgiliath?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Possibly favourite extended scene was the Boromir flashbacks. For Gondor!
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's also one of those scenes that changes the theatrical edition.
Yeah.
It's where he has the line.
It does change Faramir.
Yeah, and Dennis
Shows
says
quality.
shows quality, so it makes more sense.
Yes, it does.
That's a good sculpt. We didn't talk about that one.
Oh, it's a great school. I love it.
I don't mean the banner. I mean here in Osgiliath, Frodo putting the ring on. That's a brilliant
That is
Two Towers sculpt,
Yes,
which
yes.
I think originally came with the ring wraith.
And the
didn't
ring
it?
wraith. The ring wraith's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great. That's one of my favourite Frodos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. So yeah, on to Return of the King we go.
This week.
Yes.
You seen it?
A few times.
We had a naive hope about 6 hours ago that we might watch Towers tonight.
Yeah, no.
It's unlikely to happen. I wanted to watch it to get inspired for Throwing Skulls.
Return of the King, where to start?
Came out in 2003.
Did indeed.
Standard year later that
Mm.
we've seen.
Yep. Lots of hype for this movie.
Yes. I remember watching the night, I don't know if it was the night before seeing it or a week before seeing it, watching the premiere coverage on the news. Which back then, I think was quite a big deal, because you didn't have the same level of news channels now.
Yeah.
But I remember that it was the coverage of the premiere in Leicester Square was a big deal. And seeing everyone interviewed and they were rolling clips of it and stuff and being ludicrously excited about it.
Now, who was unhappy about the Return of the King
Denethor.
theatrical edition?
Who was on? That's a great point. I believe the answer to your on the spot trivia is Christopher Lee.
It is indeed.
And why was that, Tom?
Because he was put in the extended edition,
Because
not in the theatrical edition.
it was the Orthanc scene.
Yes.
That was bumped from the end of Two Towers.
Yes.
So Peter Jackson said, "We're taking it out at the end.
Yeah. But we'll put
Put it at the start of Return of the
this
King,"
one.
and then they removed it from the start of Return of the King.
Yeah.
There's a great documentary on I think it's on the Return of the King DVD, where they talk about that scene, and there were two different editors, one for Two Towers, one for Return of the King, and they talk about handing it off, and them saying the people on Two Towers basically kept getting scenes where they went, "Well, I'll tell you what, we don't want to put this in. Let's just give it to the third film." And hand it, and they did that where they had this 8-minute dialogue scene after Helm's Deep, and I went, "Nah, it'll be better in the next one."
Yeah.
And so then, the Return of the King editor gets it, and he goes, "Well, no, this is your film 2 villain, we don't want this." So yeah, it got bumped. And he's not happy. In that interview, there's a documentary where Christopher Lee is clearly quite... He says something like, I don't understand why I did it. It did hurt and it didn't make sense. Or something like that.
Anyway, there we go. So, we get through all thank. Pippin is a bit of a Pippin.
Foolish Pippin.
Yeah, and then rides away with Gandalf. Off he goes. And then not much else happens, right?
That's about it. I saw it at midnight, I remember that.
You did?
Oh yeah, I went to see, not like a star screen or anything this time, but I remember getting tickets to the midnight showing on the Thursday or something, and then I think I saw it in the afternoon on the Friday, and then I think on the Saturday. I don't think I saw it twice in one day, but I'm sure I would have done it if I could. But yeah, but I remember it's selling out, which never happened. It doesn't probably happen now. I remember going for my tickets on the Thursday or Friday night, and getting to the cinema, and as you walk toward, you're inside the there's a big centre that has the cinema around. As you're walking towards the cinema, them just having printed signs up saying there are no tickets for Return of the King tonight. Really? All the showings are sold out, which is ludicrous to think about now. Because you just don't get that many people going to cinema anymore. But they clearly had such demand for it.
I don't know. It might sell out on something huge.
I think they'd sell out.
Star Wars opening night.
Yeah, possibly. I think they'd sell out, but I don't think I think everything's pre-booked these days. I don't think you get the same amount of people just turning up looking for tickets.
Yeah,
but,
could be right.
But that was pretty cool when we strolled and got our tickets.
Yes, indeed.
Do you like it?
Yes. It's awesome.
What's
it's
favourite
long. Favourite bit of the Return of the King.
This is obviously
my favourite shot is the ring from above the ring race. Is there going down on Minas Tirith when you first have the Nazgul come in. I just think that wide shot's amazing.
That is very cool.
I love that bit. I love the ride of the Rohirrim. Is possibly my favourite bit. Not when they charge the mimics, but when they charge Gothmog's Morannons.
Yeah. The death bit.
Yeah. Gandalf talking to Pippin in Minas Tirith when the troll's hammering on the gate. That's amazing. Yeah, those bits I think would be my favourite. You?
I like the bit where Gandalf arrives at Minas Tirith. The first time, because everyone always talks about the Gondor thing, the big Gondor thing being the lighting of the beacons. And for me, it's him riding up.
Lighting up with the beacons is amazing.
That's cool, but it's the bit where he rides up and you see the city, and it's just that for some reason that bit was always. I was always hooked in the same way I was kind of really intrigued by the whole Dol Guldur storyline in The Hobbit. It was always Minas Tirith that really nailed my attention for Lord of the Rings. And I think I talked before about the atlas I had of looking at it and then seeing it in the Fellowship and going, oh, that looks so cool. And so that first shot where he kind of rides up and you see how vast it is was brilliant. I really loved all that stuff. And that was always the... I don't know, I always the reason I like Jurassic Park is the idea of it being a theme park you're going to stay in. And there was something about Minas Tirith that was it felt very real that you could... even though it was all obviously a model and they had a massive set, but that bit where he rides up through the different roads when the Gondor thing's playing is really cool.
It's cool. I like the trebuchet when they fire the trebuchet and it does that kind of video cam with that. That's cool.
That was very good. Is the Battle of the Pelennor Fields better than the Battle of Helm's Deep?
They're different. I don't know. Depends which bits. I think that things like Charge of the Rohirrim are amazing. I like the Witch King bit with Theoden as well.
That's an extended bit also Palantir.
Yeah. Mimic's really cool, even though it's
the Mimics they look great.
Stupid of Theoden, but it's really cool.
Yeah, that's in the foolish mistake in Two Towers is Aragorn getting Greenwood to blow up Helm's Deep. That was his mistake. Foolish mistake in Return of the King.
Charge them head on.
Take them head on. Yeah. And what you really need, and Gamling's right there.
What he needed was James Clark. No, mate. Stop Theoden.
Go around the edge.
Around the edge. Right round.
Shoot him.
We'll be here for 8 hours, but we'll kill him.
That would be that. That's it. Skirmish them to death. And Gamling is right there. And I think Gamling choked. I don't think because Theoden's got bloodlust.
Yeah.
And he needs Gamling to go. No. Come on.
So it's Gamling's fault.
Yeah, and he should go. And I want him to call him like Bob or something. Like his name's Bob Theoden.
Yeah.
Because and he's talking to the human, not the king.
Yeah.
No, Bob. Don't mate. Look.
No.
Go around.
Yeah.
And like not in a SPG skirmish way, just surely go around.
Yeah.
Because doesn't he have 6,000 riders? Doesn't he? And in that one shot, I think you see about 1,000 die. Like, I mean, it's just so stupid. It's so, and I mean, it's not like it goes badly.
No.
That's exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just every time when that first one goes like that, and he goes, oh god, that was a mistake.
I mean, instead they should have got Gandalf to go on with his blinky light and be like,
yeah. But they could have taken them, and then they figure out how to kill them.
Shoot the guys.
Shoot the guys, Shoot the guys, and the mount automatically flees. Absolutely. But then the Haldar counts as in a way, so it's quite tricky.
Yeah.
I mean, I can imagine it's tricky to figure out how to beat them in a real world sense. But the way to beat them is not to just charge at them. That's not a plan.
No.
What's the best case scenario? You hit it with a stick. Like that won't kill them.
No.
Just go around.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure, we're being slightly facetious here.
Yeah.
And the obvious answer is that if they went around, they would smash into the city and kill everyone.
Yeah.
Is that I'm before anyone? But still, there's a lot of widows in Rohan that night. What about gambling?
He just disappears.
He vanishes, doesn't he?
He's gone.
He's gone. And this
doesn't have a death scene though.
Yeah, this will cause a debate. He doesn't die.
Mm.
There's a bit where, have you heard this, where you think you hear someone say gambling?
Yeah.
And I've listened to it and I don't think he does. Like you're meant to have heard. You don't see anyone go down, but I think I can't remember who it is. I think Theoden's meant to yell gambling or something, and someone's argued that that's him dying. And I remember seeing an interview with Bruce Hopkins, the guy who played him, and he said something like he was hoping it would be like Haldir.
Yeah.
He was hoping that he'd get a death. Yeah. And he says they never filmed it. Like it basically didn't come up.
Yeah.
Like, and he was there. He did some scenes. He didn't die, and he's not at the coronation. And he just kind of vanishes out of history.
It's weird, isn't it? Why didn't they? Maybe they just lost his contact details. And I come back to that. Oh no, we can't. He's lost his number. All right, we don't need him.
You can digital him, sure. Crush him digitally. But when I was watching the extended version, I was thinking there's going to be an elephant going like that and just take him out. But no, he never goes
Banner
down.
and all.
Yeah. Banner that. So, that was a mistake.
AMO gets angry.
AMO gets angry.
Eowyn, good?
Yeah, good. Better than the profile.
Yeah.
Much better than she is in the game, yeah. But she's awesome. She does some good I Am No Man stuff.
Yeah. What do you think of the Paths of the Dead?
I think that it's vastly better in the extended edition because it feels like it's just cut to shreds in the theatrical edition. But it's quite cool. It's a big green mess, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think the Paths of the Dead are pretty cool. There's the common argument of how do you stand? You're quite a book purist. How do you stand on the army that are turning up at the Palantir field?
I think it was fine. I didn't like the waves.
Was it the GIF effect?
Yeah.
It's like someone's washed it down, like squirted GIF down with his
I wouldn't mind them being there in place of, to cut the storylines, to be there in place of Elrond, Sons and Halbrand. That doesn't bother me. It was the waves on the mimics and on the going into the city. It's just
do you mean visually how it looks?
Yeah. I think it'd be fine if you could have them fighting normally.
You almost want them like more Jason the Argonauts, like more kind of
they're almost
real
more physical,
guys,
and you can kill them.
Physical dead guys rather than a glowing ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't at all mind it because you can. I think purely from a filmic point of view with that film, you can totally understand why you don't have Halbrand, the twins, the Grey Company, and the fiefdoms and all that. To just add all those characters in, it's a shame, but it makes a lot of sense from a narrative point of view. But you do get that thing where they turn up, at which point you should just go, right, everyone else, stop.
Get out the way,
there is no point in you fighting.
No.
Let them do it.
But it's also like the kind of, just go earlier, Aragorn. Just set your alarm.
It's that slight thing where it's like everyone who just sacrificed themselves slightly feels a bit underdone, possibly. But then it's also, and this is probably more important on a kind of cinematic point, it's cool.
Yeah.
When they all rush out of their boats,
Yeah,
it's
that
cool.
bit's cool.
And
That bit is cool.
And it also, they have the big battle. I think it's a way of ending the battle in
Yeah.
a way. Because it's, you know, it's that kind of thing, the same thing with Minas Tirith when they charge out. It's like, yeah, well, you've charged out and killed loads, but there's still thousands of the things inside Helm's
Yeah.
Deep, aren't there? Like killing all the women and children when you charged out there, and you're a maniac. You know, so I think it's that kind of, look, this is how they cleared the city, potentially. But then I love the $1 million question of why let them go.
Yeah. I guess, you have no choice, they'll kill you.
I think the way you get around it is you do have it as a boundary of the land. It's almost like the eagles. Like they'll go so far.
Yeah, maybe.
Clear the boats, whatever, and then not go to the Palantir or whatever.
The Black Gate's great. With
think?
Aragorn, with Aragorn's little speech.
The speech is great.
It's great, and his turning around and running. That bit's great.
The speech is absolutely brilliant, but I don't particularly like the battle.
No, there's not that much to the battle, really.
It's where
it's all about Frodo.
Yeah, it's where for me the CGI feels the most rushed. I think in that. I think
Which bit?
I think the whole thing just feels very blue screen, that battle, rather than the sets.
Yeah, I wasn't keen on the collapsing everything around with the circle. That was a bit weird.
If you watch it on a big screen, for the first time I think in the entire trilogy, you can very much see them as little animated massive characters like the orcs legging it and stuff. But you know, it's fair enough. I think you know. I wanted to say something about the trailer. I forgot about this. That I this is a fun factor that shows how much I was into it back then.
Yeah.
That the internet was obviously around then.
Yeah.
But you could I don't know. I didn't have Wi-Fi. The flat I was in at uni or whatever. I didn't have you know a good internet connection. I honestly don't remember. But I remember not seeing the trailer on the internet. I remember not being able to find it or something.
Okay.
And I went to see films, and I think I started in August when I knew the trailer was out, and I went to see films with my then girlfriend to see The Return of the King.
So you have to watch a 12. A PG.
Yeah,
you have to watch a PG or something
and
to get
I
that.
think over the course of 4 months we saw 9 films.
No trailer.
About 7 of which I had no interest in seeing. You know, it's like every weekend we get together.
You just
Let's
wanted
go and
to
see a film.
trailer.
I want to go and see a trailer. And to see, because I was so excited about it. And we never saw it. I never saw it. It was on none of them. And of course now what you'd do obviously is you'd find out what it's on, you'd think about the studio, you know, it's obviously only on films by the same studio and all this sort of stuff, but it was just surely. And what was worse was there was an advert for the game, the Return of the King game, that started with footage from the film. And I remember I was just going, and then it was Aragorn rearing up on his horse, and then it just transformed into a video. Oh, come on! And I had to watch some stupid rom-com starring Vince Vaughn or something. You know? It was. I remember that really frustrating.
You are mad. All right. Favorite profile from The Return of the King. Okay. Favorite character, I guess.
In the movie.
That? Yeah, in the film.
Gollum's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Malthus. He's extended. We need to
Oh yeah, favourite extended scene. Do that first.
Malthus Sauron, probably. I loved that so much because it's so cool.
It is cool.
And it's a really nice part of the book as well.
But it's true that there's no tension like there was in the book.
Yes, because in the book when he comes out, you don't know if Frodo's alive.
No. What other extended? I mean, there's a lot of extended.
You get Gandalf v the Witch King. That's an extended. Which
is a bit
I
weird.
don't like at all.
No, I don't.
I think it's awesome, the visual of it.
Yeah.
And then it's...
But I think it should be a standoff and then the Witch King hears the horn and leaves and there's nothing...
Yeah.
They're just kind of having a standoff. I don't think it just seemed far too easy. It was a bit...
And it's a very strange thing because it's not in the book.
No.
Or that result of it isn't in the book. But that was very odd, I thought.
Yeah.
I
didn't really understand that.
You get a lot. I'll tell you what I do love actually, the extended bit when they, just after they've chatted to Denethor for the first time, they walk out and Gandalf and Pippin have a long conversation on the spur.
Yes.
The Minas Tirith, and that's an extended.
Yeah, and you really like how they did that to get the scale.
Yeah, it's really, well, that's not what I was going to say. I remember them saying it's an incredibly complicated shot or something. Yeah. But that again, where they're talking about the history of the city, and it's panning around them and showing the field, and it's another awesome kind of scale shot of the city.
Yeah.
And I loved that.
Yeah, it's a pretty intense start to the film with the Gollum, the Smeagol, Deagle.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty high tension start. What other extended bit? I mean, there's lots of just Grond. Grond's an
Extended line, yeah, that's cool. Grond. Yeah, that's cool.
It's hard to think.
No, hang on, no, Grond's not. It's not that Grond's extended, is it? It's the
the first battle round.
The other
it's
battering
the first
rounds.
battering round. Yeah, that's
the ones
it.
where they fail to break it down.
Yeah,
They're the
that's
extended
it.
ones.
Yeah. They make more of a big deal of Grond.
And the head's being fired over.
Yeah.
Which is from the book. That's an extended.
Yeah.
But it's huge. It's like
Gothmog
45
dying,
minutes, isn't it?
That's extended.
Yes, against Gimli and Aragorn.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do having. It's weird, isn't it?
It's
Having
hard
watched
to,
them for
it's
13
hard to
years.
remember the. Yeah. Right, favourite character then we were going to do.
In the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gollum for Shelob.
Yeah. Sam's pretty good. I think
Shelob.
Sam's
The
awesome.
whole Shelob sequence is awesome. I thought they handled that really well.
Yeah.
The shot of Shelob wrapping Frodo up is, I think, one of the best CG shots in the series. It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Considering that there's nothing there, and it's I thought Shelob was done brilliantly.
Yeah. Yeah, Gollum, Shelob, Sam, Frodo. That bit's good.
I like the Mouth of Sauron. I think the Mouth of Sauron was very good. Even though it's only in one scene. You kind of want to say someone who wasn't in the others.
Yeah.
The Past of the Dead extended version is much better.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it feel like an actual event
Yeah.
or an incident in the series, in the film, rather than
Yeah.
a really quick thing they're trying to rush through.
Yeah.
With all the skulls on them. You know the story of when all the skulls like tumble down on them. There's a shot of the skulls landing. This is on one of the DVDs that was shot after they won the Academy Award for Best Film.
Yeah.
That he says it's brilliant. So they were filming it for the extended edition. He said this is the way to make a movie.
Yeah.
You film it after you've won the Academy Award for Best Film. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's worth mentioning.
Mm-hmm.
Won 11 of 11 Oscars. Remember watching that night?
Yeah.
That was very exciting.
And only 2 other films have done it previously.
Ben-Hur and Titanic. And they didn't win them all either.
And that isn't.
They were nominated for more.
Yeah. But isn't Ben-Hur coming out again soon?
Yeah, I just saw the trailer for it this week
Yeah.
actually. That's one of those. Yeah, looks
Weird
cool, but it's kind of like
coincidences.
it's probably not going to do as well as the first one.
No.
All told.
Yeah.
But yeah. So 11 out of 11 Oscars.
Mhm.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Your favourite character?
It's difficult.
I'm doing it again. I'm doing it like they must
like-
win.
I do like Alessa Aragorn at the Black Gate.
The speech is amazing.
Yeah, I think that's really good. So yeah, but Sam would
King
be my
Aragorn.
favourite.
Sam.
I think Sam in that one.
I do. What's your favourite scene in the whole film?
What, all 3 films or that?
Nah, Return King.
Charge of the Rohirrim still, I think,
Yeah.
would be the one.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's just
It's the shot for me is the one that was in the trailer. It's quite low down, and it's as they're charging towards them, and you don't see Theoden or anyone. Just see a bunch of normal guys, and they look fantastic.
It's just amazing, that one.
I love the
So many riders.
Yeah, the bit with my friend You About to Know one is that's awesome.
That's good.
That's absolutely fantastic.
Mm.
I think for me the because where is it in your what's your order now? Now that we've got the 3.
Fellowship, Return of the King, 2 Towers, but it's
But they're all good.
yeah. It's like
I think it's my least favourite. I think part of it is. I mean, the ending's good. I don't mind the long endings, multiple endings, but I don't know. As soon as the Mouth of Sauron's happened, I kind of tune out a bit. I don't know. I just don't. I don't seem to enjoy the last. I enjoy it. I still, still one of my favourite films. It's all relative, but. I think the Mouth of Sauron isn't the Mouth of Sauron the last extended bit. And I remember I think maybe watching the extended version, waiting for some new bits, and just hoping you'd get some of those because I know they're in the DVD some of them, but you get like Legolas goes back to Lothlorien and Gimli's in Helm's Deep and all that, and a few little codas for the characters, which would have been nice. But I don't know. I just think the whole thing just gets almost too epic for me. I just goes Fellowship, 2 Towers, Return of the King for me.
There you go.
And profile?
Favourite profile, yeah.
Or model.
Yeah.
I was just thinking now, my model might be Shelob. I love the Shelob model.
Mm-hmm.
For me, including latter day Return of the King, so like fiefdoms and stuff.
Yeah, can do. I wouldn't have that as favourite model. I like that there is an LSR model. I think that's cool.
He's very cool.
I think he's awesome. I think he was the first Aragorn I did. And then
the Gandalf the White Pelennor might be mine.
that one.
Yeah, the one where Shadowfax is rearing up.
That's cool.
Which is what I was hoping to paint for Throwing Skulls. That's an awesome model.
Yeah.
I mean, he came out a lot later, I know, but
That is awesome.
that's a great
I love
model.
the Theoden actually.
Yeah,
the
sword.
Yeah, because his face just looks
He's
so perfect.
They nailed that sculpt, yeah.
So that one's awesome. Favourite profile from Return of the King.
You got Denethor that time, didn't you?
You got new Merry and Pippin.
Oh, the armoured ones, yeah.
Yeah. The trebuchet model's cool and the catapult with the troll.
Mumakil.
Oh,
There you go.
smashed it.
Yeah,
That's
Mumakil, surely.
Yeah.
The Mumakil model
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah.
And just in terms of fun new rules.
Yeah. Mimic.
Also, special nod, like, what's it called? Like, special mention, honourable mention
Yeah.
to the Great Beast of Gorgoroth, which is not in any way in it,
It's not.
but I think as we discussed
Oh, they pull Grand.
in the Sourcebook reviews, is a really good, for me, a really clever and nice and fluffy way of GW expanding on something that you almost think was there.
Yeah.
You know, I think you can almost convince yourself, like
That
with
was-
Watchers of Khan,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
don't
yeah.
get anywhere close,
No.
but like that, you're kind of like,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was in it. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah. Mimic was Return of the King, right? Because it's in the Two Towers briefly, but there was no rules then.
No, and it didn't even. It came out for the model. Didn't the model came out for
Was
the
it
supplement?
the big blue? No, it was. Oh, the Pelennor Field.
Yeah, it
supplement.
came out for this Pelennor Field supplement. I remember the
Yeah.
White Dwarf because there was the Return of the King book,
Yeah.
as in the box set,
Yeah.
and then there were two books. Because it's amazing
Yeah.
if you go and watch, if you look through the
Because
Return of the King book.
Siege rules came in Pelennor.
Yeah, in Siege of God. Because if you look through the Return of the King book, there's no siege in it.
Yeah.
It's all like orcs fighting Warriors of Minas Tirith
Yeah.
in the courtyards and stuff like that.
Mm.
And then they had Siege of Gondor
Yeah.
for the siege stuff. I can't remember how long after it was. And then the Battle of the Pelennor Fields had the Mumakil.
And Halbrad and Imrahil. I think you got that in there, didn't you?
Yeah.
And Beragond, even.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Beragond
Dunno.
must have been because he wouldn't have come out for the film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Knights of Minas Tirith, they were a cool model.
Mm.
They must have been in that era, weren't they? The whole Minas Tirith army.
Yeah.
Yeah, Minas Tirith
Fighting
stuff
cards.
was quite cool.
Fun
They're
cut
nice
card.
models, yeah.
I like them.
Gondor, yeah, the Gondor models are very, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, that whole Gondor range was
Yeah.
with only been Return of the King. And the plastic Mordor orcs at last,
Yeah.
which suddenly, again, we talked about the Two Towers with Uruks and Riders,
Yeah.
suddenly started to make armies viable. You can
Mhm.
at least now see that Last Alliance scenario from the scenario book,
Yeah.
Fellowship book with 240 orcs. Where you're like, there might be a chance I could play that now.
Because that was the first game I played with Christopher before I got into the game. He got the Return of the King box.
Oh, really?
We played plastic Minas Tirith versus Orcs.
Yeah.
And Minas Tirith always won because we played back then, it was 4s to wound everything and attacking, and Minas Tirith won because it had more bows. Because Orcs had 4 bows and Minas Tirith had 8. So you hit on a whatever and it's 4s to kill, because we just had 4s to kill everything.
So amazing.
We didn't really do the rules.
How old were you
just,
then?
15.
Amazing, like, think back to that, and then think back to,
Yeah.
like, not where are you now, but
Yeah.
how much you've come on in the game, or how much
Yeah.
the game's come on and stuff. Like
We
you
used to
know,
play massive battles because basically we played that everything, maybe it was everything got wounded on a 5 in the end when we played these massive battles. But then we played any hero, just wounds on like a 4, and then we'd have Aragorn wounds on a
Andrew.
3. Whatever. It just made you could do these big games and they're pretty quick because everything's
everything
just
is
dying.
+1 to wound, yeah.
And the heroes, there was no might or anything, it was just, they were amazing because they needed like 3s to wound stuff.
Pretty cool.
That was how we used to play it anyway.
Maybe you should still play that.
Yeah, it was,
Strong
it was
game.
good fun.
It got you into
We
it.
were not playing, you weren't playing to win, you were just playing to have some fun.
That was your work, though.
Yeah.
Cool. And then Extended Edition came out in December 2004.
And then Sad Times.
And then
that was
Christmas 2004 was just horrible.
Yeah.
It was like, I genuinely remember being sad.
There was a
like,
Goblet of Fire, that was it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I went to see them, but it wasn't.
It's not
the same. It's like
it's not when you're
trip to
both
Middle Earth.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that was kind of the end of the trilogy.
Yeah.
It was brilliant, but it's very sad.
That's very sad.
And back then there was hope of the Hobbit.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, yeah.
They were like, I remember the the One Ring party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where they're all after the Oscars, where they're all chanting Hobbit at him.
But you always thought it's going to be a while if they do it.
But I always thought it's a slight difference now. I always thought after that I was like, I think Peter Jackson and that lot will make The Hobbit, and it somehow made the end of it a bit better.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think in my lifetime
They'll do it.
They'll do The Hobbit, the same kind of creative team.
And then after The Hobbit, boom.
Yeah, and now it's generally like, well, they won't.
They're not.
Yeah, it's like they won't.
They're not going to do Silmarillion stories or one-off films.
Yeah. Well, I saw a comment. I think he's put it on Speak for the Question, maybe from David Whittaker, saying that he thinks part of the license agreement for how Warner Brothers have got the rights.
Yeah.
It is about, if they want to keep the rights, it's about them. You have to keep making films. That's why Spider-Man keeps getting rebooted. And he thinks it's by 2021 that they have to make another Middle-earth film.
Oh, really?
If they want to keep the rights. But obviously they might not keep the rights. But that's a kind of interesting thing that sadly isn't out of the question in this day and age. Quite what they'd do in, within...
I thought they'd do it. I don't know.
It's tough. Because the Silmarillion is off the table because they haven't got the rights to it. It's the rights are the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think what Unfinished Tales. It's almost as if they do not a made up story, but they do something completely.
I don't think they haven't got Unfinished Tales.
But something completely off. Like the Born of Hope thing, where you do some.
Yeah.
It's Aragorn's dad, so there's no characters really who are involved who should be. Maybe like there's Elladan and Elrohir in that one, but you could do all of those characters, Glorfindel.
But I know, like, way back when they greenlit The Hobbit, or not when they greenlit, when they started working on it, it was maybe two films. One of them was The Hobbit, and the second one was a bridge film between the two of them. And I'm really glad they didn't do that in the end.
Yeah. It'd be cool if they did like I don't know, they'll never go back to doing it, but the War in the North or something. They did what on earth was going on whilst
that
the Fellowship were doing their thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
What was Dane doing? What was Bard doing? All of that stuff. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But I don't think they will.
No.
There's no
there's
no real pull to that story, because what's the story? Oh, Frodo's destroyed the ring. Alright. End of film.
2021 would be, if they do give them up, would be 20 years after Fellowship came out, and
redo it.
That's a very long time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But that would be interesting.
I don't think they'd redo Fellowship. Not that soon.
Someone will. Someone will in our lifetime.
But I don't.
Which is crazy. Maybe there'd be an animated version or like a motion capture version.
Oh.
Something like I don't know, something like, not Tour of the Planet of the Apes, because that's obviously got humans in it. But what was I think of? Something like Tintin, something like that. Maybe. Don't know.
I still, yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway, there we go.
So I think those are covered all the key topics.
Yeah.
It's my third favourite, it's Tom's second favourite.
Yeah, and with that, we're going into the West.
We are indeed. So we will be signing off, as always, with a 50-point bat rep.
Yes.
And Tom's Castellan and Warg is going to ride again. This time against a user-submitted list by the one and only Mr. Larry Miller. And we'll see you there.
Hello. So here we are for the 50-point bat rep, challenging the Castellan, who has won 2 games, the Castellan and the Warg.
Beat Eowyn, Sad Times, and
King's
Huntsman, Sad Times.
Who put up a fine effort, I think we all agree. But today, I actually have a user-submitted list. You might remember these guys, they did feature in the first ever 50-point battle rap, which was Alfred and I believe at the time maybe 5 Lake Towners.
Yeah,
Can't honestly remember how that worked out. But Mr. Larry Miller suggested a list to me a while back, which of course is classic Larry Maths filth. And what this list is Alfred with 3 Lake Towners, and I've given them all spears. So that's 18 points plus Alfred for 38. And Thrain the Broken.
Why?
Because the idea of it, Larry's idea, is that Alfred gives Thrain all the might, and then he uses the might to bump up his shattered spirit rolls to pass on doubles and become a Dwarf Lord.
Right.
So that's the plan. And we'll see if it works. So yeah, I've got a 48-point army, so I'm actually at a disadvantage here. But
You don't have to roll a natural double.
No, apparently not. We'll see. That's how we're playing it anyway.
Yeah.
It's a cute idea from Larry, and we think that if it comes off, he might have a chance against the Casti. Do you want to introduce your guy? Anyone who hasn't seen?
Same Castellan, same classic warg.
Yeah.
Great warg.
It's a strong warg. And before priority, Tom,
Yeah.
Alfred's going to use his first will point on Thrain. He gets a might. He's going to use his second will point on Thrain. He gets a might. He's going to use his third
Takes
will
them
point
away?
on Thrain. Oh!
Takes them away.
He loses. Does he lose D3?
Yeah.
So Thrain. Right, let's try. It's not worked.
0 might.
And Alfred has 1 might. It
Yeah.
has not worked, Larry. And off we go.
Yeah.
So priority.
Should have kept that might.
Oh yeah, priority.
You remember the game works.
There's
It
me.
goes to
Run forward.
Warg going completely
Not
forward.
into charge
Not into
range.
charge range.
No. A nice little 6-inch, yeah.
Yep.
Something like that.
Oh dear. What's happened? Before all that, Thrain has
Can
to
we
take his...
replace this tree for a small tree?
Yeah, Thrain has to take his Shattered Spirit test, I forgot. And
He's
he
fine.
fails.
Oh yeah, he's courage.
He's courage 2, isn't he? Courage 2 or 3. He won't pass that.
Courage 3?
He is courage 3, so he has failed.
Oh no. Oh no.
He'll stay exactly where he is.
Could have used a might point on that. 2 might points.
Right, and with that we're going to priority.
Yeah.
But before priority,
Yeah.
Shattered Spirit test. He passes! So he's fine this turn.
Yeah, you can move 5 inches
Yes.
on his turn.
But
Priority.
yes, priority. I get a 5. You
And
get
I get a 4.
4.
So it goes to Tom.
Yeah. I will take on 2 there. And 2 there, if you can get them.
Keeping track of your will over there. Rain is just out, unfortunately. He's going to run over
That
there.
was intentional.
So in combat then. So Alfred is in black because he's at -1 because he's unarmed.
Yep.
And the Lake Towner will faint.
Okay.
I get a 4 highest.
So a 4 to win, but you got a might point.
Yes. Oh, it's
It's
strong
a
from the
3
Castellan.
from Castellan.
Okay, so he's
Alfred needs a 6
defense
by
7, defense 8,
defense 7.
defense 7. So
Ooh.
some live checking. Hi everybody. New face of place. I know my yay. I know my yay. I know my yay.
Defense 7.
Defense 7, brilliant. So it's on strength it's 6s. So the
Yeah,
white
I'm gonna
dice
get rid of
is the
this.
Lake Towner who needs a 6, re-rolling a 1, and Alfred
Needs a 7.
can't do it.
He can, he gets
He's
6
got
in the might point.
Yeah, okay. It's a 1. It's a re-roll. That's not cocked, is it?
No.
Oh, looked like it was on a 6.
Lose a point of will. And we got 2
Back here.
fainting Lake Towners against the Warg.
Yes. Classic warg.
It's a 5. It's pretty good.
What's going to have you?
New.
Oh,
Ooh.
they're fight 2, aren't they?
I don't know.
No, they're fight 3. It's a
It's a
tie.
draw on fight value.
Yep. So you're evil. So
Yes.
Oh, it goes to good. They're both.
Defense.
They wouldn't have both fainted.
No, one of them
One
would.
would have fainted. I know. Yeah.
Do they have swords? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. So,
So you
the
need-
black one's fainting.
Yeah.
Needing 5s. Yeah, kills him
Get
twice.
6 twice.
Oh,
I don't even know what that is. There.
that's a 6. It's an army against a Castellan.
Oh, well. He's only got so many. Are you breaking the
Yeah,
Lego?
I breaking a bit of bag in there. So before priority, Shattered
Yes.
Spirit.
Yes.
He passes. It's a 7.
Yes, he does.
Cool. So priority.
Yes.
And it goes to good, which
Charge
is
me.
unfortunate.
Charge me.
Alright, we'll start with this Lake Towner charging. They're courage 2, aren't they?
I think so.
That's what, yeah, courage 2.
Oh,
So he's
shame.
this one. Oh, he's in.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so he'll go in.
Yep.
What's Alfred's courage? Alfred's courage is 3. And he's used his will.
He used this one.
Alfred will.
He's got a might point as well.
No, he's more used as an extra body, I think. He'll definitely support.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have an extra body to drain your will in the future, or do I try and...
What you could do is trap him with Alfred and not charge.
I don't think I can trap him with Alfred as well.
No, if you put Thrain in as well. If Thrain actually gets in.
I don't think I want Thrain to get in.
Oh.
He's potentially more used
Oh, you're
to me in
waiting.
the future.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
You can
I
kill him
see.
in one go.
I see.
Alfred... Oh... We'll charge. Never mind.
No.
Cool. So straight on to combat.
Yeah.
My front one will faint.
Yep, go for it.
I get 6. Oh, that's good.
Oh, no. It's alright. Casty.
Oh,
It's not good.
good stuff. The black one is fainting. 6s.
It's
So he loses a point of will for being in the fight.
And now he loses
So
will for every fate.
first fate. Oh,
Never in doubt.
just goes down 1. It's good though.
Where's the 3? There you
There
go.
we go. So before priority, Shattered Spirit. Oh, it's failed. I'll do it this time.
Nope.
Priority.
Yep. The 6 for me will take it.
Oh, he's got it.
I will charge into... Oh dear. There's no courage test in this either, are there? So I'm going to have
Not
to
for
take
breaking.
2.
Okay. Alfred will try and trap him. The Lake Towner will try and
Trap or support?
support. He's at no risk if he goes in because you've already got 2 to kill. I'll go for it. Or charging.
Oh, it's a lucky roll.
So I've got 3. 2 of them
Yep.
will faint.
Go for it.
That's 5. It's not bad.
So a 5 required from the Castellan.
Oh no!
He gets it.
Strength
5
5.
fours to kill. Oh, you will strike. It doesn't matter. Roll the same.
Oh, he's taking 2! Any preference?
Yeah, those 2.
Oh, lose a point of will.
Oh.
That was good from Casti. That was a strong roll from Casti. Before priority, Shattered Spirit. Oh, 3!
It's a double.
It's a fail though. Or 7.
Priority?
Something like that. Yep.
1. It's you.
Yeah.
Still got 8 will remaining.
Alf. Oh, God. Late. Oh. I don't know. Alfred's got a fate point, hasn't he?
Yeah.
No. Alfred charging. No, he's staying where he is.
Okay. So just the Lake Town that remains.
Yeah, to charge. Yeah, and he goes. Is it
Right.
sensible?
Casti, you set the bar.
Come on. 5's
Oh,
not bad. Obviously fainting.
It's good. Oh, it's a
kidding
second double
me.
6 in a row. 4s?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're falling, they're tumbling, lose a point of will. Get a 3, come in and sort it at the end. Shattered Spirit. Oh, so good! And he hasn't got. Does he have? He doesn't have any will. That's 9. He just needed 1 right point. Oh man.
Priority?
Yeah.
I get a 3, you get a 6.
9.
It's Alfred.
And it's just Alfred. He'll charge him. Oh, he's in.
Right. Alfred sets the bar with his might point.
He's got a 1.
It's right. So I'll get a 5. Can't beat that.
Right, he's got a fate point.
Double 4s to kill him, outright. It's 1. It's got a 3 with his might point.
We've been here with Eowyn before. Oh, Alfred's a choking idiot! Oh no! Lose a point on will. Oh, it's all on Thrain. It's all on plan.
6
Thrain.
will.
This is the time. Was there ever a time for a double? I need double 4s. Oh, he's passed.
though,
That's
but
not
he's-
enough. Priority
Yeah.
goes to you.
Yes.
Thrain's got 2 wounds and no fate.
Mm-hmm.
He is a mere defence of 4 though, so you will need 4s.
Yep.
It's
not bad.
Oh no, you didn't.
Oh. Any
So
fate?
2 4s to
Or
kill
2
him.
wounds.
2 wounds.
First one. Second one.
Oh, that's
So
1 wound. It's down to 1 wound. Lose a point of will.
5. He's got to resist 5.
I need a dwarf lord. I
Huntsman.
need a dwarf lord. Oh, that's where Larry's plan come into
Yeah.
it. Oh, but he's passed. Oh,
Parity. 3 versus 3.
goes to me.
Yeah. Charging with a courage
Yeah.
test.
He failed.
I'll charge you. Gotta set a high bar here. It's a
not
good high
bad.
bar.
He's obviously fainting with his little dagger.
He's got a good high key.
Oh, he's got him! Have him, Thrain. Have him.
6s.
It's fainting.
Phaeton.
Oh no!
Oh, shame. Shame.
The viewers might not. No, I don't know how well that come over. I did give the tape
Yeah.
a little nudge. That is disgusting.
But
Lose a point of will.
4. Where are you there?
Shattered
Only
spirit.
4.
Double 4s. Oh no.
Priority.
And you charge him.
Yeah. Set
Fighting.
the bar. It's a
It's
2.
not strong.
Double 1s.
Double 1. Oh, it's not
It's a
good.
3 and a 1.
1-4 to win the game. What a kid. Well played, sir. No, mate.
Left-handed one.
Casti takes his 3rd win. Oh, I've begun to hope. I've begun to hope again.
And he loses a point of will. Oh,
Leaving
zoomed
him on
in.
3, which, quite remarkably, is more than he had when he fought the King's Huntsman.
Where is it there?
Well done, Casti. Well done, Tom. We're going to a post-battle barrel right now.
I'm right zoomed in on you.
They probably still heard that.
Shame. Such shame. Should use Alfred better.
There we go, well, because of the post-battle battle breakdown. And Castellan wins again, perhaps unexpectedly, but feels like it was
Yeah.
so close. I
If
don't
you,
know if
had
it was.
that, if you had that, if you hadn't rolled that last Alfred dice and kept that, and you had the 2 might with Thrain, I think you'd have done it.
Yeah, but then equally,
Yeah.
5 might with 3. Yeah, the plan didn't quite work.
No.
I would have settled for 3 might.
Yeah.
It's the classic Alfred thing, isn't it? I'll take 3
Yeah,
might.
not 0.
No, 0 might, Alfred having a might.
Mm.
And there was one turn where Thrain rolled a 4 and a 3.
Yeah.
And if it had the might, he would have turned to 4, become Dwarf Lord, and then probably Snake Eyes his courage test and charge the castle. But I actually thought even
Does he
without
get plus, does he get plus courage? at
yeah,
that point?
he goes up to
Plus-
courage 6.
Yeah. Courage 5, is it?
No, he gets his old profile. He gets his old attacking
Is it
profile.
plus? Alright, well.
So he gets plus. He goes to
Strength 4.
strength 4, 3 attacks, fight 6, courage 6.
Well,
But yeah, I really thought he. I don't know, when that went wrong I thought I was in trouble, but then after the first
getting there.
turn I think
Yeah.
where I had 3 on him and I thought maybe I could hang on here.
then double 6.
Yeah, that was the big
Yeah.
turn I think when the Castellan then chopped up the 2 late
In
towns
one
in one
go.
go.
'Cause
So I
that's
did
only
get 3
one
ones,
will.
didn't I? I did a wound,
Yeah.
which used an extra.
It just
fate
took
point.
1 extra,
Yeah.
but if I'd been rolling badly, that could have done it as well.
And then Alfred, he did 1 wound on him and he
Yeah,
failed his fate
yeah.
with a might.
Yeah.
He did an AO-in, which is a foolish
You
choice
had
on
a
his part.
big chance because he only had, what,
3 will.
3 will left.
So if Alfred had survived, that's 2 at the very least. And Alfred was never going to be my MVP to kill the Wraith,
No.
but
Casti.
you're right, Casti, yeah. But I
That
genuinely,
was a chance.
I thought that was a force that could do
Casti's
it.
just
Yeah.
get through. That's 3.
It'd definitely be,
Patrick wins.
it'd definitely be the favourite in that. But I thought there was just enough. I had
So
enough bodies.
Is the record at 5?
I think the record's at 5. Yeah, I think.
Was it
everyone won
4
5.
from Gondor?
Can't actually remember. Ryan,
Yeah. Who's won what?
help us out. Yeah, we should keep track of that.
Yeah. Can we have a leaderboard, Ryan? If everyone's include the zeros.
That would just be super. And so I think to take down Casti, we're going to need an army
No.
with bodies.
Yeah.
That's what you need. You need lots of models.
Hobbits.
Yeah.
Goblins.
We haven't had a Hobbit warband, have we? Because
Yeah, we had Jamie's.
yeah, but he put a lot into Pippin. Didn't
Pippin,
he?
yeah.
Wasn't Pippin like 30 points or something?
Yeah.
A big warband of hobbits.
Yeah, or the other option is a big hero with a shield. Who's a big
That's
hero?
not bad. A big 50
Captain
point
of
hero.
Minas Tirith. Captain of Rohan with a shield.
That's not a bad shot. He needs to fight though.
Mm.
He needs to fight. Are there 4 attacks?
Yeah.
That's not bad. You might be
I
seeing
could do that.
You might be seeing that come back in.
50, yeah, Rohan. Minas Tirith? No, he's too much with his shield and heavy armour and everything. You could get him, I think. Could you?
Surely we
Not
can
with
get.
the shield.
Surely we can get a captain with a shield.
Captain of Rohan, yeah. That's 50, isn't it?
Captain Rowan with a shield. I think it's 50.
Yeah.
I've got him.
Yeah.
Maybe he walks to war.
Walks the
next.
wall. Maybe he'll be doing better than the King's Huntsman.
That's not a bad idea. 4 attacks. Bah, get off! Get off! Get off! Get off! Pop. Wog on.
Yeah, Wargle could.
Yeah, we shall see.
Mm-hmm.
So well done, and
Yeah.
please let us know what you think about Return of the King.
Yes.
What questions you would ask Adam Troke at Throne of Skulls,
Yeah, and answer
And-
the trivia.
and have a great time at Throne of Skulls.
Have a great
It seems
Easter.
incredibly.
Have a great Easter. Have a great time at Throne of
Yeah,
Skulls.
seems incredibly bizarre to be saying it now, but yeah, we will hopefully see you the Friday after Throne of Skulls,
Yes,
I believe.
Wish us luck with the last bit of this.
Yeah, when you next Palantir. This is a Friday after next Palantir. That will have been ordered, right?
Well,
No, it won't. By the time the next Palantir comes, we'll be sending it
so
to the
we won't
printers
be
on
Paul
Monday.
next Palantir. We'll be
We're
Paul.
very poor at Palantir after, yeah. But yeah, have a great break. And we're very sorry we won't be around next week, but
Mhm.
we, I'm sure you understand, you always do. You're so very good. And yeah, as ever, don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe.
Support your host in the link below.
Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.
Support your hubba hubby.
And happy strategy battle game.